So we're going to open up with an intro, first things first. He's talking to the camera and pretending like I know what I'm doing. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sam and today we're jumping into Apple Motion to design and animate some really cool pop-up animations that will add a really high level of production value to your stream. Adding motion graphics to any stream is pretty essential nowadays. You've got animated alerts, animated overlays, animated everything. Adding the smallest detail like an animated pop-up, for example, to encourage people to follow or to subscribe to the stream will add so much production value to your branding and to the stream that it really is necessary nowadays. Engaging with those new followers in a way that is really simple and really effective is to show things on screen. Showing a call to action graphic like follow the channel, subscribe to the channel, or even join our Discord community is an effective way of bringing in those people and joining your community and building that foundation that you want as a Twitch streamer. And it's all effectively done through motion graphics and design and good branding. So in this video guys, I'm going to show you how you can animate your own call to action pop-ups that you can use on your stream to really expand and personalize your stream. As I mentioned in the intro guys, we are jumping in and we are going to be using Apple Motion today, but the tricks and techniques that I will be going over in this video are universal. They will work in After Effects and any other motion graphics and VFX compositor, so please use the tool that you're most comfortable with, take the tricks and techniques that I show and use them as you wish. And by the way guys, if you have any questions about anything motion graphic related or anything video editing related, you can follow me on Twitch. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday evening in the UK and sometimes on the Saturdays. The links are in the description and you can also join our Discord community. We have a growing community over there full of creatives and technically involved people that'll be able to answer some questions that you might have. And occasionally I throw a few freebies up on there, so if you guys want to do that, join the Discord, the link is in the description. So we're jumping straight into Motion here, and I already have got the button already laid out, completely ready for us. As you can see here, I have a background layer, which is basically a purple rectangle. I have the follow text right here. I have a small heart icon and heart shape that I found online, and I also have a mouse icon as well, which we'll be animating. Both of these are in their own groups. So the mouse is in its own group and the follow button elements are in their own group as well. In After Effects, you wouldn't need to worry about having groups. You can have them as own compositions, but I find it easier to work in layers in After Effects, whereas in Motion, it's a lot easier to work in groups. So we're going to break the animation up into a few parts. First thing we need to do is animate the actual button shrinking and changing color. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the button here. We're going to go to the shape, geometry. We're going to add a keyframe for the width. So we're going to move in just a little bit. Add a keyframe for the width. I want to bring this into about the same size. So we're going to make it like a square. So we're going to make it 144. We're going to basically just copy and paste this resolution in. And we basically made a square, like so. And this will shrink down to the right size. Let me hide the grid so you can see. It's very easy, very simple. What we need to do now is animate the follow and the heart icon to kind of go along with the shrinking of the box. So what's going to happen is the heart will become centered and the follow text will disappear as the button shrinks. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to group these two layers and we're going to basically line up our keyframes here like so. And we're going to go to the X position. We're going to set a keyframe and we're going to move over and then we're going to basically just drag out. So we'll just drag that out until it is centered in the middle of the square. Next thing to do is obviously we can't have the follow text just hanging like that. It's going to look a bit weird. It's not going to look great. So what we need to do is we need to add an image mask. And the best way to do this inside of After Effects is by using an alpha matte layer. But in Motion, it's a lot simpler. All you need to do is click on the group that you need to mask, Shift Command M, or go to Object, and then to add image mask. We've already done that. So basically this image mask will cut out anything that we don't want outside of it. So what we're going to do is select the background purple layer that we do, the background rectangle. We're going to drag that into the image well, and as you can see, the box disappears and so does the follow text. By default, the image mask will disable the layer that it's referencing as the image mask. All you need to do is tick it back on again and it will reappear. But now if you watch the animation back, you can see as the box shrinks, the text goes behind it and gets cut off and disappears completely. That's pretty much it now for that segment. All we need to know about is just smoothing out the keyframes. What we're going to do is we're going to jump into the keyframe editor. Just going to make sure these guys are all Bezier curves. Doing this kind of animation is called ease and whiz or ease and out keyframes. If I play this back, you'll see how smooth it will become, or how quick it will become actually. We may need to do a little bit of tweaking here, especially on this end bit here. I quite like that. It kind of has a bit of a, it kind of shoves the button into the middle and then the button kind of catches up with it. I quite like that. That's kind of personal preference, how you want to animate that and make that look, but I quite like the sharp animation, if that makes any sense. I'm sure it makes sense. So we have that beginning part done of the animation. The next step is basically having it turn green. So what I like to do is add a colorize filter to it. What I do is I usually make the default color the same. I then like to animate both of them. Go to the end here and then just change the color to what I want. So if we say that kind of green works, and as you can see, it will change color. The next step is basically animating the mouse to come in and click at the same time as the button shrinks and changes color. So what we need to do, we want to start it off where it is right now. So we're going to go here and click add a keyframe for the position, click and drag it across like so to about here. Just turn off snapping just to make it a bit easier. It's quite quick on the animations. What you can do as well is just make them a little bit longer. If you find that things are moving a bit too quick, just make the animation longer. We're actually going to make the mouse move a little bit quicker, I think. I think the mouse moves a bit too slowly. It's going to move across. It will click at that moment. And the best way to do the click will be to animate the scale. So we're going to click the scale. We're then going to move forward a few frames, add a keyframe, move it forward, add another keyframe. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just scale it down to like 5. Again, I may even tweak the end position here just a little bit so that it's actually clicking on the button like that, as you can see. So if we hide everything off, you'll see we'll animate on and then click. What we need to do now is just get the right kind of timing together. I'm going to make these continuous keyframes because with the mouse, I'm not entirely worried about the animation because it's only a short part of it. I'm not completely worried about making that too clean and too tidy. And then what we're going to do is we're going to actually copy and paste one of these keyframes across. And then we're going to make these guys linear, like so. Make this one continuous. Make this one continuous as well. I want to delay when the green box sort of fades in and animates in. So I'm just going to grab all these keyframes that we've done for the button itself. I'm just going to push them back a little bit. So there's a bit of a delay between the rise of the click and the actual animation of it shrinking. So we've delayed things a little bit. We've got the timing sorted. Everything's looking really, really nice right now. Normally with web design and UI design, you'll have reactive elements that will kick in. So when a button is clicked on a website, it usually turns white or it interacts in some way with the mouse. We're going to do a similar thing here where the button is going to shine white just for a split second and then it's going to go back to normal. So all we need to do is click on the actual follow button group itself. Because remember, we divided everything up at the beginning so we can animate things independently. So when the button gets clicked, like here, right about here, so we're going to add a color, add a brightness, and then we're going to add a keyframe, move forward a few frames. We're going to take it up just a little bit, not a lot. Go here, add another keyframe. So then what we have is a little animation where it clicks. It's pretty nice, pretty simple, pretty easy. It's subtle, but it gives the indication that the button's being clicked. What I want next is the mouse to leave the actual frame. So we're going to just select the mouse. We're going to add another position to the X. And then we're just going to have it slide off screen like so. And then make sure these are all set to continuous. And these middle two are set to linear. And the mouse then won't move up and down. It will stick to the X plane and look stationary. It's going to extend that a little bit, get the timing right on the mouse. So we have a pretty solid animation foundation. That's not meant to rhyme, but it does, and I quite like that, so we're going to go with it. All that's left to do now is animate the button coming down and then disappearing again. And then all of that will tie all together and we'll position it in the right place on the screen. And the easiest way to do that is to grab the follow button group, add a position for the Y, bring that forward a bit and then animate it up. And for this kind of animation, I'm going to make it just smoothly slide down. So we're going to drag out these Bezier handles. So the button comes down, gets clicked, shrinks, and then it's going to disappear again. Copy and paste the keyframes and just reverse them. Just drag them, right click, reverse keyframes, boom, and the button will slide back up. All that's left to do now is put it into the right spot on the screen and then we can export it. So we have a contents group here. All we need to do now is just scale it down, put it in the top right hand corner like so. I usually like to put on tile safe guides like this. Position it in the right way. We'll go to where the button is actually completely full, like so. As you can see, it will animate on, animate off in the top hand corner of the screen. What you might find is you might feel that the actual mouse moves in a bit too early. So all you need to do is grab all your keyframes. This is the tedious part. Just finding all these keyframes. It's tedious. It's annoying, it's tedious, but it has to be done. Select all the keyframes that are in sync with, and just click something else and lost all of my selection. Right, we're doing that again then. We're then going to click brightness. Okay, and then we're going to go to the icon and text and the background. And then I'm going to just offset the keyframes just a little bit. So it will animate down. Click. I've missed something. Yes, I have. I missed the tint. The background tint layer. Here we go. It's fine. We can grab that and drag that forward as well. So now that will animate at the right time, at the right place. You have now completely, on your own and independently, animated your own pop out call to action button that you can use on your stream. You can add little extras if you really wanted to. You can add a little bit of a bounce to the animation. You can add a bit of a drop shadow to it. That is all personal preference and that is completely up to you guys. I will let you guys be your own creative influence on those decisions. But from here, the next step is just getting this now into OBS and adding it to your stream. And the best way of doing that is having a codec which supports transparency like Apple ProRes 4444 or AVI or the animation codec. Any codec that will support transparency is the one you need to use. So what we're going to do is going to click share and export our movie. We're then going to make it a ProRes 4444 which will have transparency. We're then going to click next and put it in a place you'll always remember, the desktop. We can then drag that and add that to OBS. The easiest way I found to add these animated callouts is by adding them to their own scene inside of OBS. That way you'll be able to add it to every other scene inside of your OBS and you'll be able to control it as a group rather than independently each individual one. Especially if you're making loads of these for each individual thing, like you could make one for your supporter creator code for Fortnite, or you can even make one for, I don't know, following you on Twitter, Instagram, social media and all that. You can make loads and the possibilities are endless with these, but keeping them in their own scene will keep things nice and tidy and will save you a headache when it comes to adding them. So the first thing you want to do is make a new scene inside of OBS and call this one video overlays. From there you need to make a new media source and call this follower graphic. You then want to locate the file and make sure restart playback when source becomes active is checked. You can do any final tweaks to the sizing here inside of OBS. Then all you need to do is jump into your settings. Go to your hotkeys, find the video overlay scene, and under show and hide video graphic, give it the same keyboard shortcut. Then all you need to do is put the video overlay scene into any other scene you have inside of your OBS. And then once that's done, all you need to do is push the button whenever you want to on stream, and then the animation will be visible for everyone to see. Another way you can do this is by using a Stream Deck and set up a multi-action event to take advantage of enabling and disabling the source with a delay in the middle. The best way of doing that is by adding 2 source actions to your Stream Deck action and then adding a delay in the middle for the length of the animation. All of those combined is it will activate the source, wait 7 seconds and then deactivate the source. So all you need to do is push one button and everything else is taken care of. And that's pretty much it guys when it comes to creating and animating your own call to action pop-up animations for your stream. But I know there are some people out there that can't afford or don't have the ability to have animation software, so what I have done for you guys is I've made the follow button completely free for you guys to download and add to your OBS scenes. In the description of this video there is a link to my Discord and in there is a graphics and resources category. From there you can download and use the follow animation graphic in your own streams. And on that note guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for future content like this. And as a reminder, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday evening over on Twitch. The link is in the description. You can ask me questions there, but anything motion graphics related, anything video editing related, I'm there to help you guys. And if you want to be part of the community, there is a link to my Discord in the description. We've got loads of awesome people over there and I can't wait for you guys to be part of the community also. And if you guys have any feedback or want to share your own things from your Twitch and any ideas that you guys have had to help expand the branding and graphic design element of your streams, leave them in the comments below and help somebody else out. I want to share this along, get people really creative and really involved and get some real good ideas going. And with that guys, I hope you've had fun watching this video. I hope what I've said has helped you today. And as always, have a great day. I'll see you all in the next video. Don't. Don't. Get distracted, get distracted.
Nice one.
The ring is in close proximity.
Yeah, boy!
Well played.